Welcome to the JagMang Podcast. This is March 1st, 2021, folks. So, I know it's been a while since I've done this, and it's been a long time since I've done the actual video. As you can tell, I got a nice sweet setup here. I got my podcast right there. I got my four monitors, actually. I don't know if you could see the last one, the laptop right there. So basically, I got NBA going, NHL going. I got the New Orleans Pelicans versus the Red Hot Utah Jazz in the background. I will give you live updates on that for the podcast itself. You can catch me on Google Play, Castbox, Spotify, iTunes. Catch me on that later tonight. And right now, you got a red hot game in in New Orleans right now. They're facing Utah, and you also have another hot game as in the Brooklyn Nets. I know they're without KD, but they are facing San Antonio Spurs. Now, San Antonio Spurs has no All-Star because even though DeMar DeRozan is playing like he's on a contract season, he's playing unreal right now for Popovich. So that I'll talk about later tonight. I also will talk about the fact that Eric Bledsoe and JJ Redick are on the trading block because everybody knows that they are not go. Sorry, they might trade those two guys because they're not going to make even if they make the playoffs, they won't go that far because in the Western Conference you have the Lakers, then you have the Clippers, then you have these guys, the Utah Jazz. Right now it's a commercial break, so I guess you can't see it. But yeah, basically, it's kind of like you might as well just trade these guys because I'm pretty sure they're on their last contract year. Now I heard a rumor that basically JJ Redick is looking towards playing for his hometown closer to Brooklyn. So, will the Pelicans general manager, I forget his last name. I know he's on Cleveland, and I know he got the Anthony Davis deal done. My apologies. I'm totally forgetting his name. Anyway, he might do the deal to Brooklyn, JJ Redick. Now, Brooklyn, if that deal happens, they would have KD, Joel Harris, Kyrie Irving, Jeff, Jeff Green, um, James Harden, and then JJ Redick. So they have an all-star super team, and I don't know where Eric Bledsoe is gonna go. To me, the actual teams that need an actual point guard are Chicago Bulls and Denver Nuggets. Denver Nuggets are praying that the Raptors actually trade away Kyle Lowry to Denver because they need a desperate point guard. But my feeling is that Kyle Lowry is going to get traded to Philadelphia, his hometown, because the Toronto Raptors and Masai Ujiri they feel a bit of a debt to Kyle Lowry being the most reigning, most loyal Toronto Raptor, and he brought home a championship. So they would ask him, where do you want to go, and we'll facilitate that trade. So I have a strong feeling that he will go to Philadelphia 76ers. Philadelphia 76ers will compete with the Brooklyn Nets in the playoffs, and I think those two teams are set to collide. I don't see Boston Celtics being a threat anymore because I'll get into that later in the podcast. Jason Tatum had one of his worst games. I think he had like 9 points or something. Anyway, I'm rambling. Basically, I will continue this conversation on the podcast. So make sure you Google podcast, or make sure you Google Jag Mangit podcast, and you'll find me on Google Play, iTunes, Castbox, Spotify. Jag Mangit podcast, March 1st, 2021.